So welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. We will start with the prayers which are on the screen. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tvam Sajivam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु वैवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So again welcome. We are reading from the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we finished the universal form, the Virat Rupa. That was the 11th chapter. Krishna showed the Virat Rupa and he proved that he is the Supreme Lord. Okay, he is the Supreme God. He is Param Ishvara. He proved. Anybody saying I am God should prove by showing his universal form. Okay, and he should do extraordinary things also, like lifting Govardhan. Krishna lifted Govardhan when he was small boy, right? For 7 days, 7 nights. So uncommon activities should be shown. But sometimes people get this thing fooled by some little bit of magic, ash or something coming out from their hand, and they think this is God. But no, one should not fall down for such God people. And then in the very end of this chapter, Krishna says that he who engages in his pure devotional service, free from contamination of fruitive activities, mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of life, who is friendly to living entities, certainly comes to me. So he ends this chapter with this saying that you have to perform bhakti. He uses the word bhakti. Mat karma mat paramo mat bhakta. So he says, become my devotee. But then what is devotional service? That is the next topic. So that's why this particular chapter, 12th chapter, starts with devotional service, in which Arjuna asks a very important question. And that important question was, there are in the spiritual philosophy, there is a lot of explanation about Brahman. There is an impersonal Brahman, Sarva Khalvidam Brahman. And the soul, the Atma can merge into this. So the Shastras say about this. Okay, and that is also Mukti. To merge into the impersonal Brahman is also Mukti. So Arjuna asks, you are telling me to do devotional service, Bhakta? But I have heard that about this impersonal Brahman. Which is better among the two? Right? Everywhere, if we get an option, we always ask, right, which is better? When we go to buy mobile, cloth, anything, we ask, okay, what is better? Is this model better? That model better? Isn't it? Similarly, Arjuna also asking, I've heard about this impersonal Brahman, and many sadhus, they follow this path of impersonal Brahman. It's not like it's uncommon, or it is common also, like some sadhus, they do follow this path. Then Krishna answers. And we went through this. We were in the ninth. Wait. We were in the ninth verse. But the answer that he gives is that devotional service is better than this impersonal Brahman. Those who worship me do devotional service, that is most perfect, he says. This is perfect. But those who go for the unmanifested, fine, they go. They also, I need to control the senses, be equally disposed to everyone, engage in welfare of all, and then at last achieve me. But he says very important that it is very troublesome. This path of going and merging into the impersonal is very troublesome. The word he uses is klesha. Klesho adhikta taras klesho adhika taras tesam avyakta sakta chetasam. Avyakta. It is not seen. I mean, it's not manifested. This path is klesha, is full of klesha. Sometimes some Indian languages they still use the word klesha. You know what this klesha means? Does in Kannada they use this word klesha? Kannada, Tamil, do they use this klesha? बहुत क्लेश है. Hindi they use this word klesha. Have you heard about this word klesha? Anyone?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
It's used in your language. Which language it is?
Tamil or
Tamil is
Hindi.
used. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So klesha means trouble, lot of trouble. So this path is full of trouble. So therefore Krishna doesn't recommend this, but this path is there. Impersonal Brahman is something that comes out from Krishna's body. It's a spiritual effulgence, a spiritual sky. And Atma can merge into it. Atma can merge into it. There is no doubt in it. Okay, but Krishna says better than that path is one who crosses this impersonal Brahman and comes to Vaikuntha planet to continue their devotional service, to continue their bhakti. That is easy path. And he specifies more on that. Then he says more about devotional service. He says, one um, one who worships me, giving up the activities onto me, being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service. He again uses the word bhakti. This whole chapter talks about bhakti. And meditating upon me, having fixed their mind upon me, O son of Pritha, I am the swift deliverer from ocean of birth and death. Mukti means to get free from Janma Mrityu. Janma Mrityu ke chakkar, which is like, we have heard this line somewhere. Janma Mrityu Chakra. So Krishna says, I am swift deliverer from the Janma Mrityu Chakra. The word that he uses is Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. Tesam aham samudharta Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. Mrityu Samsara. This world is Mrityu, right? It's full of Mrityu, isn't it? In COVID, almost everyone's almost like one family member or very far away family member or friend has died, right? In COVID, everyone has that experience. My aunt went or my uncle went, something like that is there. My friend, isn't it? Everyone has this experience. So mrityu is like ocean. If you fall in an ocean, you have to get wet. It's like that. Similarly, this ocean is of mrityu, so one has to die. And Krishna says, Tesam aham samudharta. Aham. He uses the word aham. Aham means me. So what he does, I samudharta. Dharta. Dharta, you understand? Dharta, dharne wala. To hold. So Krishna is going to hold us out of this mrityu samsara. It's a very important thing. Krishna, by doing bhakti yoga, mat para, yogena, bhakti yogena, Krishna is going to deliver us from the ocean of birth and death. Okay, it's joining. Krishna is going to deliver us. So, yeah. And now, what is devotional service? Then Krishna starts talking about what is devotional service. First, he says that the mind is fixed upon him. A Jivatma's mind is fixed on Krishna, and he engages all his intelligence in Krishna. Thus, he lives in Krishna without doubt. That is devotional service. That is pure devotional service. There is no deviation. Can you give examples of those who never deviated from devotional service? Hmm? Can you give example? I'll give. Just looking. Dasyam, Kirtanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam. Hmm. Yeah, we'll take this. This is right. Okay. Oops. Okay. So there are 9 devotion service, right? Process of devotion service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. And there were these pure devotees who exemplified this one of the devotion service. Parikshit Maharaj was in Shravana. He was hearing about Krishna completely. Sukdev Goswami was Kirtanam, always glorifying. Prahlad Maharaj was Smaranam, and they were undeviated. Pada Sevanam is Lakshmi, Archanam is Prithu, Vandanam is Akrura. Akrura, one who took Krishna out of Vrindavan, his prayers are considered topmost. Dasyam is Hanuman. Everyone knows about how great servant Hanuman is to Lord Ram, right? To Sri Ram. Sakhyam is Arjuna. Arjuna is the greatest friend, and there are other friends also. Atmanivedan is Bali Maharaj, complete surrender. And Maharaj Amrish did all 9 processes. So these did undeviated devotional service. This is what Krishna is talking about when he says about 8 verse. Now, our name doesn't come in this. Where do we fall in this list? Can you tell me? Where do we fall? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Dasam. Where do you think it falls? Can you tell me? Anyone? Anyone?
Prabhuji, maybe here Shravana
Yeah. And
and maybe to little bit Kirtan
okay. And
chanting.
okay. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Yes. And third thing, where we are,
Remember
the Samaranam. Right?
Smarana.
And sometimes we do the rest of the thing also. Pada Sevanam we do when we worship Krishna in the Archa Vigraha form. Archana. Vandanam prayers, we say prayers. Dasyam, we listen to Krishna definitely, and we listen to Guru. Sakhyam, friendship is how do we become the friend? When we distribute Krishna's Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam to others. That time we become. And complete surrender, we are not there at complete surrender, we are there at partial surrender. partially surrendered. Whatever is favorable for Krishna consciousness, we are doing. Whatever is unfavorable, we are avoiding. So partial surrender over there. So we are doing some of the everything. Okay, it is not at the perfect level, but we are there. So we are following all these devotees in their line. Okay, so we are not equal to any of these. We are not equal to any of this. So Krishna, what does he tell to us? He tells, okay, you may not be pure devotee, you may not be Shuddha Bhakta, then what you should do? My dear Arjuna, oh winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation. See, sometimes our mind gets fixed on Krishna, sometimes. But then many times it is deviated. Deviated means distracted. Right? So then what he says? Then he says, follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. Regulative principles of Bhakti, meaning follow the process of Bhakti Yoga that your Guru has said, and then what will happen? You will get a ichha, you will get a desire to attain me. Right now, how many of us desired Krishna? Mam ichhatum dhananjaya, ichha. How many of us are desiring Krishna or desiring to go back to Krishna? How many of us are desiring to go back to Krishna? How many in the call? Can you tell? No one is desiring to go to Krishna.
I think probably still we are not qualified to desire.
Is the desire there or not there? Let's put it this way.
It is there, but it is like it is
Yeah, but
superfluous.
it is
Superficial.
yeah,
Like
it is not
we
that
are not
strong.
qualified even to desire.
No, qualified, I would say the
Yeah.
intensity of the desire is not very high.
Yeah.
Right? Our intensity of the desire
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
attain
Prabhu.
Krishna
Yes,
is not
Prabhu.
high.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
It is there. It is there. Somewhere in the
Yeah.
heart we do desire. That's why we are doing devotion service. But that intensity is not high. Is the intensity equal to Prahlad Maharaj intensity? No way. Right? We are not there yet. But little bit is there. So in such case, we have to keep following the Guru. He sets up what to do. So in this particular, yeah, this particular we read, but just to bring everyone on the same page, we will start from here. To practice the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, one should, under the guidance of expert Guru, spiritual master, follow certain principles. So we should follow this principle. One should rise early in the morning, take bath, enter the temple, offer prayers and chant Hare Krishna. Collect flowers, offer to the deities. Cook foodstuffs to offer to the deities, that is Naivedya. Take prasadam after offering, take prasadam, and so on. There are various rules and regulations which one should follow, and one should be constantly hearing Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, this constantly hearing, for a sadhaka bhakta is minimum once a day. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Krishna says this in 9th chapter. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Yatantascha dhidvitaha. With determination, one is remembering me and glorifying me. Namayasantaste mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Nitya yukta, perpetually engaged. And here, perpetually for us is very difficult in this particular body, right? It's very difficult. So at least once a day, minimum once a day, one should be remembering Krishna, chanting Krishna, doing all these things once a day. And then we should increase it twice a day, thrice a day, like that. And then when we reach pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti, then we will do 24 hours a day. But before we reach, we will follow these regulative principles. Okay, so this practice can help anyone rise to the level of love of God, that is Shuddha Bhakti, and then he is sure of his progress into spiritual kingdom of God. This practice of Bhakti Yoga under the rules and regulations with the direction of spiritual master will surely bring one to the stage of love of God. So does this make sense? We follow the Guru, you advance. This is called sadhana bhakti. Any question on sadhana bhakti? Any question on sadhana bhakti? Okay. So another question. Does everyone able to follow this? How many are able to follow this number? Can you tell me a number? How many people are able to follow a guru and take initiation and from a guru and follow 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting every day, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam? Can you tell me a number in Bangalore? How many people follow this? Bangalore, how many people are there? 50 lakhs. How many people out of that follow all these things? Throw me a number.
Maybe
Huh?
few thousand, I think maximum, or maybe maximum few thousand,
Hmm.
or
let's
maybe few
say
hundred.
let's say 10,000. It's a big number, but
Yeah.
yeah, what you say is right. Like 5,000 would be a good number. So 50 lakhs and 5,000. How much it is? 0.1%. So the what to do of the rest of the people now, right? If 99% are not able to follow this, then Krishna is excluding all of them. Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala Deen Dayala Krishna, right? Very merciful Krishna. So where is his mercy? This sadhana bhakti only 0.1% people in Bangalore are able to do. So Krishna now says that he is merciful, and he says the next verse. If you are not able to still do that sadhana bhakti, still you can come to me. How? This is the thing. Abhyase api asamartho. Asamartha. Asamartha. This is a very traditional word. Samartha, and then samartha means ability. Asamartha means not the ability. So if you cannot do this abhyas, if you cannot do this process, follow the process, asamartha, if you are not able to do, then what you should do? Mat karma paramo bhava, mad arpampi karmani kurvam siddham avapsi. You work for me, you mad artham is here means, we everyone is earning some part of that earning, we can give it to Krishna. Api karmani, you give it to me. Mad means me. Api karmani means given. If you cannot practice the regulatory principles of regulations of bhakti yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me you will come to the perfect stage. Getting? So Krishna is not excluding people, he is including them. Okay, you cannot follow this sadhana bhakti, fine. Many people go to Tirupati Balaji. Is everyone a very pakka bhakta there? Huh? Then why do they go to Tirupati Balaji? What are the various reasons of going to Tirupati Balaji? What do you think? Thousands of people visit every day. 30,000-40,000 people every day.
That's it.
Huh?
Yeah. Uh,
What are the various reasons they are visiting Tirupati
real
Balaji?
bhaktas.
Sorry, I didn't get. What?
Yeah, very few are real bhakta.
Huh,
Real bhakta.
okay. But what are the various reasons people are going?
They want something, Prabhuji, in
They have material
material.
Yeah,
desires.
something.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Why the children are going?
Some relaxation.
Some entertainment,
And
relaxation, free prasadam, music, nice place to be, right?
yes, Prabhuji.
Sometimes some people smuggle alcohol also to top of the hill. Have you heard about that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sometimes some people are just interested in
Is
outside
it?
foods.
Oh,
They will plan like this. After darshan, we will go here, eat chow meu and eat Chinese over there, or eat something else, right? Pani puri and all that, isn't it? ice cream and all that, right? Sometimes some people have only that plan. So anyway, Krishna says, yeah, you have material desires, you cannot follow the sadhana principles, fine, but you can work for me. So people, they go to Tirupati, they offer some of their donation, whatever. That is also devotional service. It is also initial devotional service in the initial stages, but Krishna is very appreciative. And in the later part of the verses also, he is going to repeat the same thing. One who is not able to practice devotional service, regulative principles of devotional service under the guidance of spiritual master, can still be drawn to this perfectional stage by working for Supreme Lord. How he can do, how to do this work has already been explained in the 55th verse of the 11th chapter. Okay, we'll go there. मत्कर्म कृन् मत्परमो मद्भक्त संग विवर्जितः वर्जितः संगवर्जितः निर्वैर सर्वभूतेषु सयमाम इति पांडवा. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me. In the previous chapter only Krishna gave hint, you work for me. How do you work for Krishna? We'll see. Basically, you have to listen to Krishna, right? That's the only thing. And if you make him the supreme goal, who is friendly to living entities, certainly coming to me. One should be sympathetic to the propagation of Krishna consciousness. Sympathetic, appreciative, favorable to the propagation of Krishna consciousness means what? Bolo Krishna bhaja Krishna kaha Krishna shiksha. If you ever hear the sadhus, the poems, they'll be always telling like this: chant Krishna's name, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhan Pran. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is everything for you. Isn't it? In all languages, all the sadhus say the same thing when it comes to Krishna. Have you heard these bhajans of sadhus? They will say chant Krishna's name, like that. So these sadhus are trying to spread Krishna consciousness. They are going door to door, giving Bhagavad Gita, having saptas, Bhagavad saptas. So there are many devotees who are engaged in the propagation of Krishna consciousness and they require help. We can help them. So even if we cannot directly practice for regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, we can try to help in such work. Every endeavor requires land, capital, organization, labor. Okay. How many of you have built a place for you, like a building or something? To build a building, we require land. Capital means
Money, Prabhuji.
Organization.
Some maestri or some workers. Yes.
Then labor.
Labor.
So even to propagate this Krishna conscious movement, we require all these things. Isn't it? If you have to build a temple, we need land, we need money, we need some organization, we need labor, to build it. Just as in a business, one requires a place to stay, some capital to use, some labor, some organization to expand. So the same is required in the service of Krishna. So we try to serve Krishna in one of these areas. Okay, if we have some land, we give it to Krishna. If we have some money, most of the time people give money to this cause, right? Some people organize. They will organize, they will set up teams. They will see daily, like in Tirupati, there is everyday prasadam distribution, isn't it? 30,000-40,000 people every day have prasadam. It requires organization or not. There is a big team, 100+ team behind it. So person will serve in that team. Then there is labor to cook all that prasadam, to build the temple. to build dharmashalas like that for the devotees. So all these endeavor require this. Just as in a business, one requires a place to stay, some capital to use, some labor, some organization to expand, and same is required in the service of Krishna. The only difference is that in materialism, one works for sense gratification. If for personal reasons, one require all this land, capital, and all that. But here we are doing it for the satisfaction of Krishna. The purpose is what? To serve Krishna. The same work, however, can be performed for the satisfaction of Krishna, and that is spiritual activity. So when we do it for Krishna, then it becomes spiritual activity. Then it is part of Bhakti Yoga. If one has sufficient money, he can help in building an office or a temple for propagating Krishna consciousness, or he can build with publications. There are various fields of activities, and one should be interested in such activities. If one cannot sacrifice the result of his activities, the same person can still sacrifice some percentage to propagate Krishna consciousness. If we cannot give 100%, give 90%, 80%, 10%, 1%. So the purpose of charity, dana, and dakshina. So yeah, dana. So dana given to a devotee, dana given to a bhakta is the highest. When that is done, the bhakta will make sure he will use it for Krishna. That's how we perform devotional service. This voluntary service is to the cause of Krishna consciousness can help one rise to a higher state of love of God, whereupon one becomes perfect. So one slowly advances in bhakti. Now, still one is not able to do this, right? How many people support such causes? Not many. Not many. Still Krishna says, okay, okay. Don't be discouraged. I'll give you more options. अथादपि अक्सक्तोसि कर्तुम मद्योगम आश्रितः सर्वकर्म फल त्यागम तथा कुरु यतात्मवान. If however you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. So for such people, one should do their work as duty. Should not be attached to their results. They should do it as a duty. When they do it, their karma as a duty, they become less materialistic and they become self-situated. And that is how they spiritually advance. If let's say if one is very attached to his work and fruits, then following spiritual principles become very tough. Why? Because he has a lot of attachments. So by giving up results is by doing it as a duty, and then giving up results for some reason, families and charity and all that, then such a person is detached. And Krishna appreciates such people who are detached, selfless people. Okay, so bring some selflessness in your living. That is what Krishna appreciates. He gives them chance to take to devotional service. It may be that one is unable to even sympathize with the activities of Krishna consciousness because of social, family, and religious considerations, or because of some other impediments. If one attaches himself directly to the activities of Krishna consciousness, there may be objections from family members and so many difficulties. Sometimes, family members stop people from doing devotional service and all that. Then what they should do? For one who has such a problem, it is advised that he sacrifices the accumulated wealth of his activities to some good cause. There are many good causes. Can you tell me about some good cause where people do charity? Where people do dana? Apart from temples, where other people can do dana? Apart from temples.
Schools, Prabhuji, children's schools.
Okay. Children's schools, old age people.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And then traditionally people used to put money, give dana for building, not building, but digging wells, right? Digging wells. That is, that dana was considered very good, to dig well.
Some places, Chalavendra Prabhuji, water. Some
Water, yes. So for such, so many good causes are there. Krishna consciousness is the greatest cause, greatest good cause, but there are other good cause also. And Krishna says, okay, the Vedic, such procedures are described in Vedic rules. So Vedas, they do all that. There are many descriptions of sacrifices, and especially function of full moon day, Purnima. Is it today is also full moon day? No, today is Purnima, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Today is
Yeah,
Kartik Purnima.
Kartik Purnima. So many people, on Purnima they will do some dana, they'll do some tapasya, yagya. Hmm? All this thing is
Yeah, Prabhuji. Today
initial
is Kartik
phases.
Purnima.
Yes, initial phases of devotion service. And there is a special work in which one's result of one's previous actions may be applied. Thus, one may gradually become elevated to the state of knowledge. So, such people who give dana, right, they become very detached. You must have observed that they may earn, but they are ready to give, and because they are ready to give, right, they don't live a life of like too much of lavishness or something. They will live a very simple life, isn't it? Have you observed such people who give nice dan, and they are kind of mode of goodness, good people. Hmm? They are not too much into materialism. Have you seen such kind of people? See, those who work for social work, right? Social workers. Have you seen these social workers? Hmm? Have you seen such social workers? Many such social
yes,
workers are there. Yeah.
yes, yes,
So you will
yes.
see that you know these people, they give up their life for some good cause, right? Taking care of children, old people. Some doctors, they treat for very less money, 5 rupees only. Have you heard of any doctor treating for 5 rupees?
Yes,
There are
yes,
some
yes,
doctors,
Prabhuji.
yeah, and they will go village to village and all that. So all these things, that they won't lavishly stay. Hmm? So such people, they get opportunity for Krishna consciousness because they are in a state of knowledge. They understand that life is meant for service, not being served, but to serve. So then Krishna says, now that you have to serve. Okay, now you will serve me. That is the point, they'll get devotion service. So he likes such people. It is also found that one who is not even interested in the activities of Krishna consciousness gives charity to some hospital or some other social institution. He gives up hard-earned results of his activities. That is also recommended here. Okay. They may not be religious, but they give their charity to some hospital and so many other things we said, social institution, social workers. That is also recommended because by practice of giving up the fruits of one's activity, one is sure to purify his mind. So what happens once mind is purified? Purified mind. See, we as chanting Hare Krishna also need to purify our mind, isn't it? So they are purifying their mind by giving up the fruits of the activities for some social cause, good cause. And in that purified stage, they can then appreciate Krishna consciousness and they can pick up either in this life or next life. Of course, Krishna consciousness is not dependent on any other experience, but Krishna consciousness itself can purify one's mind. So in our Bhakti Yoga, we purify our mind by chanting Hare Krishna, falling for regretable self. But if there are impediments to accepting Krishna consciousness, some may find this sadhana bhakti difficult. Then he can try this giving up activities of results of his actions. In that respect, social service, community service, national service. Okay, so it's a big thing now. Okay, the net is very big. Social service, talked about social service. Community service also we talked about. National service, sacrifice of one's country. So those people who are in army, navy, air force, police and all that, they sacrifice for one's country. So they all get may be accepted so that someday one may come to the stage of pure devotional service. So they all become eligible for devotional service someday. Eligible in sense they become candidate because their mind is purified. So if they get association of some devotee, they'll pick up easily. So in Bhagavad Gita 18.46, we find it is said, Yatha pravittir bhutana. If one decides to sacrifice for the supreme cause, even if he does not know the supreme cause is Krishna, he will come gradually to understand that Krishna is the supreme cause by the sacrificial method. Okay, we'll just go there and we'll say, Yatha pravritti bhutanam yena sarva vidam tatam sarva karmanatam abhyacharya siddham vindati manavaha. By virtue of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, a man can attain perfection through performing his own work. So in 18th chapter, Krishna says, by performing his own work without attachment, with this sense of sacrifice, selfless attachment, then he can come to Krishna. He can get chance for devotional service. Now, okay, not everyone becomes social, not everyone joins army. There are still people left. What to do of them? Another option. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasaj, jnana dhyanam vishishyate, dhyanat karma phala tyagas shantir anantaram. Now, if you cannot take to this practice, previously what he said, social service and all that, detachment, then what? Okay, engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. There is 108 Upanishads, there is Ramayana, Mahabharata. Through that, you gather knowledge. You understand what is this world. And better than knowledge, however, is meditation. Some people try meditation, right? So meditate. There are various ways of meditating. Some will sit, chant Om. Some will be some will do something else. And better than meditation is renunciation of fruits of actions. Everyone works in this world. If they can become detached to that fruit, then they can attain peace of mind. Once they attain peace of mind, then when they meet a devotee, a bhakta, they can appreciate bhakti and they can start bhakti yoga. As mentioned in previous verses, there are two kinds of devotional service. The way of regulative principles and the way of full attachment in love to Supreme Personality. This we discussed. Either full attachment like pure devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, or sadhana bhakti that we all are doing. For those who are not able to follow, then this sadhana bhakti, it is better to cultivate knowledge, because by knowledge one can able to understand his real position. When one reads Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and Upanishads, he can understand this world is a temporary place. He becomes philosophical. Gradual knowledge will develop to the point of meditation. Then he will try to meditate on something. That's why some people like to go to Himalayas and all that. Badrinath, Haridwar. Have you heard these things? Some people like, Shanti. I want Shanti. I will go to Haridwar. And there are many, many institutes, spiritual institutes there. So these are those people who go there, they meditate. And they take long time to understand the position of Krishna. By gradual process. It's a very, very gradual process. In cultivation of knowledge, there are processes which makes one understand that one himself is the supreme. Tattvam asi. Tattvam asi. You are that. Are you the supreme? Answer me this question. Are you the supreme? Yes or no?
No, Prabhuji.
Then
Never.
why Prabhupada is saying that there is a process of understanding he is the supreme? Is Prabhupada making a mistake? So, in the Shastras, there are these words, sentences actually. Let's see. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. Aham Brahmasmi means I am Brahman. I am spiritual. But I am not Parabrahman, okay? So when we equate to Supreme, we just say that we are in same quality of the Brahman. Okay, we are in the same quality of the Brahman, not with the quantity. So that kind of meditation is there. Okay, so that's what it means. To understand that one himself is the Supreme means I am equal to the same quality of the Supreme. Spiritual quality is there. Quantity wise, no. So such kind of meditation is preferred if one is unable to engage in devotional service. Tattvamasi sarva khalvidam brahma aham brahmasmi soham all that thing. If one is not able to meditate in such a way, then there are prescribed duties such as enjoined in Vedic literature. Okay, so now this meditation is also not possible. Then what? Then Varnashram Dharma is there. Follow the Varnashram Dharma in a detached way. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Follow that thing. And one should give up the result. Detached way means don't be attached to the result. This means to employ the result of karma for some good cause. If we do that for good cause, like Brahmanas also have to do charity, Kshatriyas have to do charity, Dana, Vaishya have to do charity, Shudra have to do charity, isn't it? There is so much. The Shastras talk about charity so much, right? So charity means you are giving the best thing in your life. What best possessions you have, you are ready to give it. That is charity. So with that one gets detached. With that one mind becomes peaceful. How many of you felt happy when you gave something for a good cause? When you donate, how many of you feel happy? I gave something. Anyone in the call? Do you feel happy when you donate? Anyone?
Yes, Prabhuji.
When you say you help someone who is not related to you, you feel happy, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So this detached service, right? Selfless service. This is what Krishna says. When you, even if you are in Varnashram Dharma, you have to be detached. And then one when he gets and association of a bhakta, he sees this bhakta is highly detached. Then he gets attracted to the bhakta and he wants to know how come you are highly detached. What is your reason of being happy? Then the bhakta talks about bhakti yoga. So this is how these people they come to Krishna consciousness. In summary, to reach the Supreme Personal Godhead, the highest goal, there are two processes. One is by gradual development, other is direct. Devotional service is direct. Bhakti yoga is direct. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, direct. But we saw only 0.1% or 0.01% of population of Bangalore are able to do it. Then what to do of the rest? They have to take the indirect gradual process. The other method involves renouncing the fruits of one activities for a good cause, social work, community work, national service, etc. Then meditation, knowledge, giving up the result, perfectly for performing the Varnashram system, such things. This is all indirect method. Then one can come to the stage of knowledge, then to the stage of meditation, and then to understand the super soul, and then to the stage of Supreme Personal Godhead. That is where one takes up to bhakti. One may either take step by step process or direct process. So let's say you come to a building, let's say it is 7th floor building. How will you get to the 7th floor? Can you tell me how will you get to the 7th floor?
Through steps or through lift?
Through steps or through lift? Through steps, it is gradual, right? Through lift, it is fast. It is less troublesome also, isn't it? So
Yes,
this
Prabhuji.
lift process is the direct bhakti yoga process, and this step process is this indirect process, slowly going. You understand?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. It is, however, to be understood that indirect process is not recommended for Arjuna because he's already at the stage of loving devotional service to Krishna. It is for others who are not at this stage. For them, gradual process of renunciation, knowledge, meditation, realization of super soul. For us, we have to take the lift. Why? We are already performing some bhakti yoga. We are chanting. For us, we are in sadhana bhakti, na? So we have to take the lift. These are those people who don't see the lift at all. They only know about the staircase, right? So
Yes, Prabhuji.
yeah. So they are gradual processes: renunciation, knowledge, meditation, realization of super soul, Brahman should be followed. But as far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, Krishna is saying take direct method. Everyone advised to take the direct method and surrender to Krishna. Where in Bhagavad Gita Krishna directly says to take the direct method. Don't waste time. This is the epitome of Bhagavad Gita shloka. Sarva
Sardas.
dharmam
Sar-
parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebho mokshishyami vasuchaha. Yes, you know this. Abandon all varieties of religion. Just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Just do this devotional service. Krishna is saying, take the lift. Don't worry. I'll take care. So Krishna is directly saying, he's recommending that. In the last ending shlokas, he's saying, just do devotional service. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer obeisances to me.
Abandon all religion.
That is after this. Huh? But he's saying to take to bhakti. Man mana bhava mad bhakto. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Namaste, do namaste to me, dandavat to me. Mamayashi satyam te pratijani priyosi me. You will come to me. Just surrender to me, Arjuna, and all of us, those who are studying Bhagavad Gita. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Ekam. Only me. Sharanam, surrender. Only surrender to me. Now, this particular word, vraja, is very interesting. Vraja means go. Okay. So, Acharya said this vraja means in the Vrindavan mood. In this mood, surrender to me. This is Vrindavan, where they are serving Krishna as if they think that they are father of Krishna, where Krishna is the actual father, the mother of Krishna. Krishna is the actual mother, Sakha's friend. This is Vraja. So the one Acharya says this Vraja means in the mood of Vrindavan Vasis, you just surrender unto me. Okay, let's see. Can we finish this? Or else we can stop here. Let's open up for some questions or comments. Any questions or any comments? Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, why Bahujanma, they take it to Bhakti Bahujanma Prabhuji?
Bahujanma. There's a particular verse. Okay, what you have asked is a very important question. Why does Bahujanma happens? after many births, one comes to this understanding. Let's see. Ah. This is translation. Bahujanma. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. This in English, what is this? Sarvamiti. Okay, I'll take help of another machine, Google. 7.9, 7.90. बहुनाम जन्मनाम अन्ते ज्ञानवांतम माम प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभ. This is what you're asking, right? Why they take bahunam janmanam ante?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So there are various reasons how one can become devotee. How does one get bhakti? This is a topic in itself. If one is pious, this pious is agyat sukruti. This piousness is related to service to Krishna. One has done such pious activities where they have served Krishna, like going to temple, doing Holidam Parikrama and all that. Sometimes they have served a devotee. That is also that pious. So then, one becomes eligible to become a bhakta. Second is one gets association of a pure devotee and one serves such pure devotee. Then one gets bhakti. Okay. Now for these to happen, it may take long time. That's why Bahunam Janmanam Ante. To get a association of Shuddha Bhakta is very rare. Can you throw a number how many people associated with Srila Prabhupada? Throw me a number. At that point, 1960s, 70s, there must have been like 500 million people, 600 million people. So, can you throw a number? How many people associated with Srila Prabhupada? How many people saw Prabhupada? Throw me a number.
1,000, Prabhuji, in without India.
1,000.
Indian one is there. 1,000.
India, everywhere. If we take,
No.
let's say, few lakhs of people saw Srila Prabhupada. Out of that few lakhs of people, how many actually served Srila Prabhupada? They listened to Srila Prabhupada. That number will come down to 1,000. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So they will advance faster than the lakhs of people who saw Srila Prabhupada. That's why Bahunam Janpanam. This lifetime they have seen a devotee. Next lifetime they will come near to another devotee. And if they serve such a devotee, then within that lifetime or next lifetime, their devotional progress will be faster. So this is the way. See, when Krishna was himself present, right, Duryodhana was not at all interested in serving Krishna, isn't it? He wanted to bind Krishna, capture him, blackmail him, abuse him. When Krishna was himself present, he was not interested in devotional service. So many people were not interested in devotional service. Very few devotees only knew, isn't it?
Prabhuji.
So yeah, it's this Bhaunam Janmanam Ante will go on. We are lucky. So now how to remain lucky? If let's put this question, how to remain lucky? If I ask you, okay, Bhaunam Janmanam Ante we discussed. This is the reason. Now, but you and me are lucky, right? For us, this shloka doesn't matter. Now we are done with this Bhaunam Janmanam Ante. We have come to this formula. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Isn't it? For us now, we are full understanding. Vasudeva is Sarvam. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adit Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Now we fully know. And we are doing devotional service also. Now, how to remain lucky? That is my question to you. How will you remain lucky?
Association of Association of Bhaktas, Prabhuji.
Okay, good. Association of Bhakta. That's a very right answer. So we have to. So according to Bhagavad Gita, we have to practice the sadhana bhakti. This particular sadhana bhakti and this particular process that we started. Okay, these regulatory principles and all this. We have to continue doing this. That is how we will remain lucky. If you want to become more lucky, then there are 5 important things of bhakti.
Serving the pure devotee.
Serving pure devotee, yes, that is there. But here this one. But I needed a picture. Okay, no problem. But this is the answer. If you want to remain lucky, then we have to do this 5 potent bhakti. What it is? This is all explained in Nectar of Devotion. First is residing in Mathura. If you stay in a holy dham like Mathura, Vrindavan, any other holy dham is also fine. Puri, Tirupati, we'll be always in Krishna consciousness, right? Every day, we'll perform our Krishna consciousness will be very easy. When we go to yatras, we find, our chanting is good, our mood is good, our mind is good, isn't it? So, residing in Mathura. Even in temple, when we go, our mood is good and all that, because temple is also extension of Mathura. Why Mathura? Because Krishna took birth there. Krishna had performed pastimes, Vrindavan, Govardhan, Dwarka. So, residing in a holy place. A temple is also a holy place. Make your home a holy place. How can you make your home a holy place? How can you make your home a holy place?
By keeping Krishna in the center and
The
serving.
rest of the thing is the answer. Worshipping the deity of Krishna, having Archa Vigraha from at home and doing worship every day. Even a photo is also fine. Reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, calling devotees at home, serving devotees, having satsang, and in the satsang eat prasadam, and we do one thing, chant Hare Krishna. Okay. So you said association of devotees. Association of devotees is the root of all these things. If we get association of devotees, we get everything. With a devotee, we get holy place also. We get deity worship also. We recite Srimad Bhagavatam, we chant Hare Krishna, everything happens. So right answer. So this is how we remain lucky. So if you want to be lucky in Krishna consciousness, practice all of this 5 potent things. Only 5 things we have to follow. Does it help? Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu?
Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. Any other last question?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. I will understand, Prabhuji. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Any last question? Comment? Okay. So if we don't have any questions,